If the creation exists made of energy, there must be something pre-creation also. So what was the pre-creation stage? The pre-creation stage was where energy and consciousness were all, not interacting with each other. When they start interacting to each other, then that becomes force. Greetings.
Greetings.
With the sentiments of my mind and heart, I greet you and I welcome you for this invitation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Acharya
Vimala.
Vimalananda Avaduta.
Yes.
Maybe for myself and many of our listeners who don't know really what Ananda Marga is, I know it is a path of bliss. If you could tell us what does that mean and what does Ananda Marga kind of encapsulate?
Bliss is a state of mind where neurons are not involved. Usually, mind works with the help of brain. So, wherever anything involves neurons, uh, they are going in the area of pain and pleasure, even happiness is involved with pain and pleasure. But bliss is some state of mind where mind is almost uh, separated from the brain itself. It's above the brain, not physically above the brain. It remains, but yes, it does not depend on the neuronal activities. So, if your mind can get into that state, that's a very blissful state, and that is what is known as Ananda.
Ananda. Okay.
In in Sanskrit or even in English, pleasure has its opposite, pain. When pleasure is missing, pain follows, and any other you know that kind of happiness uh, coming from material objects or coming from environment or coming from friends or colleagues or company of people or in the nature, when those things are missing, then we have a pain of missing. So the more deep you have it in your memory, the more deep will also we will be missing it more deeply. So actually it becomes almost equal. Pain and pleasure becomes equal and equal.
Mm.
But bliss is something beyond, non-material. Anything is not involved. What is involved is purity. Okay? So when your mind reaches the purest state, that can what kind of happiness you get there, that is bliss. That's Ananda. And it is known as pleasure in its infinite range, where it does not end. There is no end to it. That is known as Ananda or bliss. So that is Ananda Marga, the way of life, the way of living, which can produce that kind of happiness to you. And your mind can always dwell in that or enjoy that state anytime. So gradually, by practicing, you go into that state that you are always. The more you practice, the more it comes within your, handling. Anytime you can get into that state.
Well, it takes time. It's a lifetime of practice and dedication for any type of practice of this nature, I believe.
Yeah, but practice also makes something perfect, right?
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
So a time comes. A time, yeah.
Can anyone reach this state by doing the practices of Ananda Marga?
Anyone who has a human framework, can achieve this.
Mm.
Anyone. And it's a practical thing. It's called Tantra, practice of Tantra. Tantra means it's not a belief system. The more you practice, the more outcome you get.
Mm.
So, so anyone who has a human frame can practice it. Because humans and non-humans, almost all non-humans, they walk horizontal to the ground. But humans are like that. You see. So this chakra here, plexus here, the brain is open to the universe, infinity. When we are a small infant, when we are born, you know, there is one suture here, there is one opening here. Now it fluctuates like that. You
Correct.
know. That is known as, in Sanskrit, it is known as Brahma Randhra. Brahma means infinity, Randhra means the suture, the opening.
Mm.
So it is opening to connect with the infinity. Later, when we grow and our mind gets more involved in the interaction with the world, this closes. Okay? And then our consciousness, our mind, is no more connected with the universe. It remains within this framework. So we got separated from that infinite experiences. Yeah. And that is universal. It has nothing to do with the religion.
Right.
All human beings have this.
Yeah. The cranial bones refuse together as you
Exactly.
get older, but as a child,
Yes.
they're very soft and malleable. As an infant, you
Exactly.
know.
Exactly.
Right.
Mhm.
So the Ananda Marga practices, which we'll discuss in a little bit, they enable one to reopen those so that the energy can open to the universe again or the spirit.
Something which is physically deformed, it cannot be again reverted back. So your mind has to simply expand itself beyond the body.
Mm.
You
Okay.
cannot open it again to get out, no need. Your mind can project itself. Like now I am sitting here and I can see my friends, I can see my guru, I can see my ashram, other places. Mind can be projected. So the same mind, if the mind can be projected to the infinity, then you will have the same experience.
You're saying a lot of deep things that I want to comment on or ask about. Um, so when you say the mind can be projected, you can see your ashram, you can see your friends, you can see your home. Um, is that just the visualizations we get in our mind, or our imagination? You know, I can picture my parents in my mind, but that doesn't mean I've projected past the visual dream, mental image state to a more spiritual state.
Well, it is part of both.
Mm.
Yes. Once you do sadhana, once you do meditation, you can be sitting still at one place, but your mind can be going to different places too. But if your mind is connected with the senses, then mind remains grounded to the
Mm.
locality wherever you are.
Right.
But if your sensory organs and motor organs are all put to rest, like eyes are closed, paying no attention to ears, mouth is closed, everything is closed, then your mind can move out and can project
Mm.
yourself. It can expand, expand, expand.
Right. So it requires meditation and other practices to kind of
Yes,
dissolve the world, the material world, and
yes,
project into the cosmic conscious world that is not of
exactly.
of the material world here that we live in.
Yes,
Mm. So the founder of Ananda Marga was Sri Sri Anandamurti,
yes.
and
G.
when he
Sri
was
Sri Anandamurti G. Respect.
Anandamurti Ji for
Yeah,
respect, yes, sir.
yeah,
When Anandamurti Ji was creating, so he founded this movement of Ananda Marga in 1955, I believe. When he
yes.
did that, was he responding to a spiritual need within India or a social need that something needed to shift and that he had to create something that was different from Advaita Vedanta or yoga or other traditions that were present already?
See, a philosopher or a thinker always gives the idea or theories or thoughts for projected future. You see, always. Okay? And in this tradition, we have three, two before Anandamurti. One is Krishna and one is Shiva.
Sure.
He in that tradition. He comes in that tradition of Shiva and
Mm.
Krishna. And that was already mentioned in one of the Supreme Court of India rulings, where they have discussed this matter that Anandamurti's activities and his teachings and everything falls in the category of Shiva and Krishna. Okay? So when you go to those two entities, Shiva and Krishna, it is different. They are born for the sake of creation on the planet, evolutionary needs of the planet. Okay? So there was a time that humanity has gone through so many difficult times. World War One, World War Two, you see, and before that, before pre-industrial area times, and so much difficult times we have had. But then, what will be the future? You see, so he saw that humanism is almost becoming uh, outlived. People are misinterpreting, and human mind has evolved further, and humanism is not enough for the human beings. In the matter of in the theory of humanism, human beings are the prime. Human are the measure of everything. You see. But no, he says that humans cannot exist alone. You see. So human love and human concern has to go beyond the human needs. So humans should not be the measure of all things. Rather, the entire creation should be the measure of all. So when human love and human affection could include all what exists in the human level or non-human level, even the living, non-living plants, animals, all, if you can consider everything part of your family and concern, your love, that kind of human mindset will be the ultimate expansion of human, concern. That's what he also called Neohumanism. So he says that human existence cannot be now kept like we are humans and they're non-humans and we can enjoy them and then no. Humans are product of evolution. And in that product of evolution, everyone and everything has played its role. See? So if you can remove those things from around you, your evolution will also be demolished. So there was a need to redefine the human purpose and human potentials and human philosophy to move forward. So he came for that purpose that on this planet, let humanity be all moving with one philosophy. There was a time, Eastern philosophy and Western philosophy, right? And humans always moved with philosophy because humans are, Anand Murthy said that humans are not like any other forms of life. Very nicely, he says that that impacted me very much. You know who you are, but a cow does not know what she is and who she is. This thing, self-reflective mind, is a speciality of human beings only. You see, no other creatures have got reflective mind that you can see yourself, you can judge yourself. Okay? The more you know yourself, the more you know the world. The little you know yourself, the little you know. So he came to give a proper or more enhanced philosophy of living to the human beings. Because we have gone that advanced, and if we don't have a better philosophy of living, we will start damaging ourselves. You can see now, Everyone is sitting on button. They're ready to push the button for
Yeah.
what was the self-destruction. There's no other way for them. They don't know what to do next. So just destroy and then we rebuild again, become busy to rebuild everything. So I was saying, no, that's unnatural. Evolution does not go backward. Why do you destroy yourself? You do not create everything. So how can you think of planning to destroy everything and rebuild? So he was loving. Out of his love for humanity and creation on this planet, he came and he started redefining everything. He redefined human purpose life and he started giving the whole thing and a practical thing to realize that philosophy in your life. Not like philosophy to read from the book, but a living philosophy in your life. So he was of that tradition. He was a
Mm.
different kind of personality. He was not like one of us becoming Buddha. No, he was cosmic mind becoming a human
Mm.
and living with us. Yes.
Right. Right. So is Ananda Marga considered a philosophy or a religion? Religion based on a philosophy of living? Like,
No,
how is
actually,
it thought of either way?
well, in today's measurement, there is no other term for something beyond religion.
Right.
So you can only call it a religion when it does not fit in only philosophy. It's more than philosophy. It's more than anything else. So it is spiritual. So it is religious. Something which becomes a spiritual, something which talks about God already becomes religious.
Right.
So these are the categories. So we have to put Anand Marga, the Supreme Court of India judges were, you know, evaluating Anand Marga, and then they said, well, because they talk of God, they talk of philosophy of living, they talk of new ethics, new morality, so they fit in the category of religion.
Which really
Although
sounds
we
like a path of self-realization,
exactly, yeah,
not necessarily a religion per se.
it's a rational, it is evolutionary new expansion of human, definition of life, purpose of
Hmm.
life.
So when
So
you're
it's
talking,
a path, every every human being, you or me or anyone, as we grow into adolescence, a time comes between the age of 16 and 19. These 3 years are very crucial. These 3 years, we start reflecting and we start thinking, what is this life all about? Who defines what is right, what is wrong? If I do this, why should become wrong? Who is the one deciding it? What is the rule about it? What is the how to understand for myself? See, these are basic questions of life that starts catching you, and you have to find the answer. Somebody thinks life is eat, drink, and enjoy. That's the ultimate. See, so that becomes his her philosophy of living, and that becomes the drive of that individual for whole life until there is something abrupt. Somebody thinks life is a responsibility. See, somebody thinks life is a karma, a result of karma of my past lives. So it is like that. Anand Murthy says that no, no, no. Life is evolution of human life is evolution of consciousness to the highest position. And it is only one step behind the cosmic. Just one step, just like the river, moving, from the mountain tops to the, valleys through the river. Finally, it is at the mouth of the ocean. It will, one step more becomes the ocean. But it is one step short, it is still the river.
right?
Baba says, Anand Murthy says, humans are standing there, just there. Now, if you take one bucket water from the river for doing picnic beside the river, that one bucket water will never reach the ocean.
Because it's
You will drink,
contained.
you will drink it, He will cook your meals, he will drink it and wash the utensils, finally throw it on the ground. Some of it will be in the ground, some of it will be in the plant, some of it will be in the moisture of the air, some of it will be trapped in our body. It will never reach the ocean. Why? Because we moved it from its natural path, simply because it was diverted from its natural path. So if the philosophy of living and philosophy of life is not aligned with the natural path of evolution, you know, then it will be going round and round. Okay. So
Mm.
the philosophy of living is very important. How you live the philosophy of life. And every human beings live by a philosophy. Every human being lives by a philosophy. That is the drive of our life. Anand Murti gave us a way to go to the highest, you know, state of consciousness to self-realize your philosophy of your life. And beautiful thing is that he says that anyone can do it. If one can do it, anyone can do it. If no one can do it, means no one can do it. But if one can do it, anyone can do it. He was very practical. He was real, like a guru means he was teacher. He was physical level, mental level, and supramental level. All levels he was there to guide you. And his philosophy was very genuinely spiritual and humanistic and neo-humanistic and socially connected with all. That's how it became very. It was a rational spirituality. I saw one of your questions about, you know, yes, spirituality. People have been with closed eyes in their own world, and thereafter, okay. But he says that no, you cannot live in seclusion. You are connected with society, so you should also express your values in the social living. You cannot say that I am not concerned about the social issues. No, no, no. Social conditions have produced you and it's keeping you alive as you live. Okay? As we live because there is a society around us. There are highways, there are roadways, there are comfort materials, there are evolutionary, there are technology, there are everything. We live because of this, and millions of people have been working for it. So you cannot simply seclude yourself in your own comfort zone and say that I'm very spiritual. Baba says this is, he has named it pseudo spirituality. You cannot be spiritual in true sense unless you are connected with everything, like your own family.
I think Guruji used a term called neo-humanism or new
Yes,
humanism.
yes,
So is what you're explaining the definition of that, of a new
yes.
humanity?
To expand the humanism of human beings to a new level,
Hmm.
neo-humanism. So today's human beings are not like the past, like a century past, or even half a century past. Today's human beings are different. You see, for them, new philosophy, all-embracing philosophy, philosophy which could be universally, uh, practicable and livable, and bringing more human love to each other, participatory. mm, That kind of mindset he created by giving the philosophy of life. That's what Ananda Marga is. Marga means the way to live.
Right.
Yeah, the marg. The way to live which makes you happy, blissful, and also everyone. Like
And PROUT, progressive utilization theory, what is that?
he said that human life has got two facets. One is personal, and one is social. So society needs a proper theory so that three fundamental things can be guaranteed to everyone. One is life, second is liberty, and the third one is what we call in the US also pursuit of happiness. In Sanskrit, it is known as, in Indian, no, Sanskrit scriptural language, Asti Bhati Anandam. Asti means life, existence. Bhati means freedom to express yourself. Okay? And Ananda means the pursuit for happening, infinite happiness, the
Hmm.
endless happiness. Yeah. So these three things, how to provide to every human individual, is it possible or not? Should it be like survival of the fittest? No. Anyone and everyone who's created is having its right to live. You cannot say that it's misfit, it's not fit to survive. No, no. It's our collective responsibility. So he gave an economic system which can provide that. Is it possible or not? But he says that even if the population of this planet increases by 5 times, still, if you use the progressive utilization theory, it can give comforting life conditions to all of you. Even 5 times more population. Today we are 8 billion people. Even if we have 40 billion people on this earth, still this earth is rich enough to give comforting condition to everyone. But then you have to have a progressive approach of utilization of the resources. So that's how the name came, progressive utilization theory. So it has its own economic system and its own political system. Proposed. This is a proposal, and for the intellectuals there to debate and to see how to really put into practice. So this is, and he has created a new model called economic democracy. He says that democracy should not be by politics. It should be in the economy. Democratize the economy and liberate the economy because economy affects existence. So it should not be controlled by few people sitting making regulations and laws. No, let it remain as free as the nature is for everyone. Nature is providing us the resources on which the economy is built up. So it should be naturally organized in such a fashion that the natural flow is not hindered by any laws or left laws or the right wing laws. No, it should not be like that. It should be, existence should be organized in a democratic way. And that's how he says economic democracy. He has given a whole definite plan. And PROUT says that leadership counts very much in the success of society or demise of society. So the leadership should be in the hands of those who are committed to morality, you see, who can think that all entire society is my own family. How I behave with my own brothers, sisters, own relatives, the same way I should be thinking for everyone. Everyone's problem becomes my problem. If that kind of leadership is there in society, that will be the ideal thing. So he has given a way how to create that kind of leadership. And this is where spirituality comes. When you become self-satisfied through your meditation and through your own disciplines of life, and you feel that yes, I have achieved, what is the ultimate human, can produce for oneself, then you will not be going into petty things by which you create problems for the others, exploiting others. So politics should be dealt by leaders who are basically spiritually oriented people who can who can include everyone as their own family concern. Then you can do justice. We will be not, exploiting others. Because it's your own family. Everyone is your own family. Like God is father, nature is mother. For God and for nature, everyone is loved by the grace of God and by nature. There is no separate. One is nature is not doing something favoring one and disturbing the other.
Now, you've been
So
a
it's like
monk within Ananda Marga for about 50 years, and you trained with Guruji, the founder,
that.
correct?
Yeah.
So, in those 50 years or so, have you seen that there's been a change in humanity, even in India or within the politics of the regional area where Ananda Marga is most embraced?
If you talk of Ananda Marga, Ananda Marga itself had its own challenges, but in the world we have seen a lot of changes. When Ananda Marga was founded in 1955, and the world today so much different, so much different. Today you have veganism. Today you have non-smoking laws. Today people are into conservation of nature. Today you have the so many such movements of the youth. The whole Gen Z and the Millennium generation are different mindset,
Yeah,
and they value these things. Today you have Yoga Day in the United Nations. Today you have Meditation Day, 31st of December. These things have become the main cultural activities of humanity today, which was not there then.
so do you feel that's because the practices of Ananda Marga, since this was the founding principle is for a neo-humanism,
Yeah.
just the members of that meditating and chanting that has spread out like spiritually or
The
cosmically around the
cosmic will,
planet?
there's a cosmic will and human effort.
Mm,
There's a blessing from the higher soul, higher self.
mhm.
Like Anand Murti was born himself, he came as in a human form. We have realized that he was not a human unit mind like Buddha became enlightened and started preaching. He was not. He was the other way around. He was a cosmic entity becoming a human child.
Mm,
He was that kind. We have all that. We can go in the discussion of that.
yeah.
But yes, because of cosmic blessing on this planet, like Shiva came, the whole world today knows that Shiva was one, highest spiritual authority living on Kailasha mountain Himalayas. Then Krishna is also recognized by everyone that he was not a common human being, he was the divine entity himself. Likewise, great souls are born in the form of Krishna
Yeah.
and many others also. So sometimes the cosmic soul itself becomes a human, assumes a human form, frame, and lives with the humanity and teaches them things. They become the Sadguru. That becomes the highest Guru. So he was like that, plus all those who responded to his philosophy. Mhm. Millions of people have started meditating. There was a time when I was a student, those days. If I meditated, people were just, poking us, disturbing us. It was something, wasting time.
Mm,
For a long time, it was just why closing eyes, wasting time. Today, it is a highly revered culture for humanity, everybody.
it's
So
true.
the changes have happened. Changes have happened. Humanity has moved forward with the big steps.
Yeah.
It has different. It is today much different than before. Today there is a veganism concern. You see. People are vegans. No, they don't want to torture others for their own living. Very good. Yeah. These changes, qualitative changes, have happened in human thought in all fields.
Mm, very interesting.
Yeah.
One of the practices of Ananda Marga, some of them is meditation, and there's initiation, correct?
Yeah.
How is meditation introduced to new members or new practitioners? Are they given individual
Yeah,
um,
lessons. We teach
individual
them one on one.
mantras?
One on one, yeah. Everything is
Mm,
done one on one. Because
mm,
every individual is different from the other. So it may have some variations which will be suited to you, not suiting for to the others. So every individual is given individual, one-on-one instruction how to practice your own meditation. It is self-realization. To first you close your eyes from the world, all your senses from the world, and let your mind focus on itself. Who am I? So first you learn your own first person. Usually, when we open our eyes in the morning, we start interacting with the second person and third person, and we have no time for first person. Nobody has time for the soul. Soul is the first person, right? We don't have time for the soul. You have time for everyone and everything, but there is no time for yourself. The one who is nesting you, the one who is, giving you the energy to continue the happiness of life. Nobody has time for that. That's the mistake. That's where we are already going on a wrong path. No. So the day should begin with yourself. Once you wake up, keep your eyes closed, sit straight, connect with the whole universe, and with certain ideation in your mind, which is based on truth and reality. You don't make like imaginary things. The reality. What is the truth? The truth is that we are on this planet. You see, and this planet is in the vast space. Try to experience that reality that I am sitting actually on this planet. So just just forget about the anything and everything around you, which is small variations. Just go to the basics. I am on this planet Earth, and this planet Earth is in the vast space. And from there, you start withdrawing your mind further more deeply. Then go into your own body. And there's a technique for doing that. We train. So we take like almost half an hour, 40 minutes to train you in the first session, and then you are on your own for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks time. Then we again help you out and see whether you are doing it, you're okay, you need help. And thereafter, you practice for a month or 2 months, then we give you next lesson. So in this way, we teach the whole course in 6 lessons, and each one is one-on-one session. So lesson one, lesson two, lesson three, lesson four, lesson five, lesson six. Once you go to the lesson six, you will be here
mm.
at your will. Anytime you can be there at your will. That's the training. And the details are only, when we are sitting together, then we can. Because unless we are sitting together, it will be difficult for you to receive or for me to help to
Mm.
read to read your needs. You see.
So even through the Zoom, it's not you can't read the field, right?
It can be theoretically, but that will not be
Yeah,
helpful.
yeah.
When doing something, do it in a proper way, the way it should be. That's all. It's like that.
Now, when I was introduced, I guess, to a level one, a very introductory level of meditation from Dada Shiva in Manila, Philippines, he
Yeah.
gave me a mantra, a single word, and um, I'm wondering, is the individual mantra, um, how is that if you're meditating alone and or in a group, but you have your individual mantra, but at other times you're sitting in a group with a collective chant of a mantra, perhaps how are they different? What are the goals hoping to achieve in those two different methods?
Our collective sessions uh, have got something in common. Some chants are common, but after that, you get into your personal.
Mm.
meditation. And do it, everyone is doing the same personal meditation, 20 people, 30 people, 500 people, 5,000 people. This time that we had last month in like 1st of January, we had 12,000 people meditating together at our headquarters, annual function. So the thing is that uh, there's some things which gives us the sense of doing it collectively. Like suppose you are eating food, right? In any festival, you are eating your own food, but because everyone is eating, so that creates a synergy, that creates a flow.
Mm.
You see, that gives you something bonus extra. See? That's how it works.
Yeah.
So we have some chants which connects the 20 people or 1,000 or 10,000 people or 5 people, that okay, we are meditating together. That sense of collective mind is developed. But then on that, I'm doing the same, my own. One is also doing the one. Each one is doing their one. But then we are all going in one direction.
Right.
See? So suppose you have one drop of water, you leave it on the earth, it will be absorbed by the earth. But if you have 5 million drops of water, it starts flowing in one direction. You see?
Yeah.
Just like that,
And gain the
energy.
momentum of the group.
Gets
Yeah.
creates a flow. And in that flow, everyone is enjoying 5 million times of your strength. You see, once you are in the flow, you are enjoying the collective strength for yourself also. Each one is sharing that strength flow, individually enjoying that. So it benefits everyone by meditating together.
Mm-hmm.
So Baba Anand Murthy said that once a week, once a week, come together, spend some time, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, half a day, and meditate together, socialize together, you know, have your prasadam together, something. And family feeling, we are all, you know, having one same philosophy of life, same approach to society, you know, same purpose in life. So that creates a bonding and a strength develops, and it gives you a sense of belonging. That I
Mm-hmm.
belong to kind of people who have a standard of morality, who have this.
Yeah.
That's the value.
The more people you gather with and around that are of similar inclination, that
Yeah,
inclination builds, the energy for that builds, the vibration
exactly.
builds, right? And it can
Yeah,
expand. Yeah.
yeah.
How is the divine um, seen or defined in Ananda Marga? So some consider God or Brahman or Atman to be like there's one with no second, so that is the great consciousness that created everything, and we're all an imagination of that consciousness, right? A projection of that
Actually,
great.
very interesting question. Look, animal philosophy, ontology, metaphysics, you know, these are all based on very scientific reality.
Mm-hmm.
We are seekers of reality. Who I am. See? I will say I am Acharya Vimalananda of Vidya. No, no, it's not. It's just a label on my head, right? Label on the bottle. It's just a label. It's not me. It's just a
Right.
name, tag on me. That's all. So who am me? Who is me? Somebody will say this body. No, this is my body. I own the body. This is not me. I'm the owner. Okay, I'm the owner of this body. So my mind? No, mind is a functional thing. Behind the mind also there's something more. So to realize, to experience the core of your existence, you know, to allow your mind to merge in that and identify itself and become just as pure as that. You see, this way, this way it starts, you know. So your question was, can you say again
Oh,
exactly?
yes. How is the divine
Correct.
described? Right.
So divinity is within everyone in the form of that pure consciousness within you.
Right.
Yeah. But because it is surrounded by mind and the physicality, and so it is like enveloped. But the divinity is the one which was in pre-creation state. Like when Einstein says that, and today's physics will say that this universe is made of four kind of forces: weak nuclear force, strong nuclear force, gravitational force, magnetic force. Okay, four type of forces are there. But the problem is that forces are made of what? Energy. How energy has become force? If the creation exists made of energy, there must be something pre-creation also. See? So what was the pre-creation stage? The pre-creation stage was where energy and consciousness were all, not interacting with each other. They were independent of each other. When they start interacting to each other, then that becomes force. So that pre-creation stage is infinite, and that is the divinity. That's known as pure state of consciousness,
Mm.
pure state of cosmic consciousness, the consciousness of the entire cosmology. Okay? When energy and consciousness were not yet interacting with each other, not yet influencing each other, that state, pre-creation state. So Anand Murti very nicely explains Shiva Shaktyatmakam Brahma. Brahma, the ultimate stuff of this creation, is made up of two things: consciousness and energy. You see? So this is the ultimate stuff of the creation: consciousness and energy. Physics says that we are concerned only with energy. We have nothing to do with consciousness. It is a matter of philosophy. We have nothing to do with it. So you are limiting your knowledge to expand into greater reality. So you are not allowing yourself to really understand the truth, the ultimate reality. Okay? Because force is study of physics, and you don't want to understand how energy becomes force. Energy becomes force because there is a consciousness in that. When energy gets input of consciousness, it becomes a force. You see? So that consciousness, original consciousness, the first time when consciousness was separate from energy, still not interacting, that is the original divinity. See? But because it is infinite, so it is also inside me. I'm feeling like my soul, feeling like your soul. So
Yeah.
divinity is everywhere. And now physics has already named God particle inside the atom. So they have gone to the point which is abstract within the atom. You see, and the very name is God particle. You see. So that is the divinity which is everywhere, even inside the heart of atom.
Hmm.
But the sense of that is not like a human being. It is like your soul. The way you feel your soul, that's your divinity.
Yeah.
You see, personalized divinity in you, in me, it is. And that personalized divinity is just the same. It's common. The way you feel your personal divinity, the same way I feel my personal divinity. In me and your case, the difference is that I have trained my mind to be always there, And you may have to do more effort to also become like that one day. So Ananda Marga treats everything like very pragmatic and very practical step. It's a very rational and very scientific. It's not like a make-believe thing. So divinity in Anand Marga is not a make-believe thing. Whether you believe, then it's true for you. If you don't believe, you miss it. We enjoy and you will miss it. It's
Yeah.
not like that. Here we don't go into belief thing, belief system. Here we go into rational philosophy, rational spirituality, okay,
Mm.
which could be scientifically analyzed and actualized and achieved.
Hmm.
That's how it becomes universal.
So
Is
when you're
Tantra.
looking back at yourself to find what is your true essence of who you are, and you're asking, who am I? That seems similar to the work and practice of Ramana Maharshi in his
Exactly.
practice,
There
and
have been more traditions, yes.
and also Meher Baba,
Meher Baba is there. Yeah,
and
there have
maybe
been many.
Sri Aurobindo. There's been,
Yodi Bindo.
I think
Yes,
within India, there's so many spiritual people that they're able, just that consciousness surrounding the people of the country itself lends
right.
itself to so many people elevating themselves towards self-realization.
Yeah, yeah.
And did I understand correctly that within Ananda Marga, there's 6 levels of meditation? Is it within those 6 levels that at the 6th level you open your top chakra and that will help then bring you toward that self-realization
It's not like you open it, you activate it.
or activate it? Yeah. Yes. So
Usually
that
that chakra
seems
is not activated in all people. It
right.
needs a special activity where your mind has to close from the world and has to reach there and do some processes there so that then it becomes activated.
Mm,
Okay. When that chakra becomes activated, then you get new kind of experience in the mind.
yeah.
That's the happiness, that's the bliss, highest bliss. Yes,
Now,
yes.
do you have to also open the root chakra first? Was Maludara? Is that it? How do you pronounce?
Yeah, there are lessons for doing that. You
I
know,
mean, do you in Ananda Marga, like in some yogic practices, are you going from the root to the navel,
to
to
the
the
highest.
chest, to the throat, to the third eye, to the top as well, in that
Exactly.
order?
Yeah, yeah. That's from
Yeah,
Shiva time. It's the same tradition.
same
Only
tradition.
thing, the main thing is that Anand Murti brought the original knowledge,
Yeah.
which were scattered here and there. He put them together. He corrected them.
Hmm.
He improved them, and he expanded them for the new generation and hereafter.
Yeah. Understood. Hmm. Now, you had mentioned Tantra before. And in the West, well, I'll just speak for United States. I can't speak for the rest of the Western world. But a lot of people associate the word Tantra with tantric yoga sexual practices
Yeah.
because we have a very narrow view of these things from how they were introduced over here in the 60s and 1970s. But what is uh, the definition of Tantra and um, how does it come to play within the system within Ananda Marga practices?
Uh, as I said, Anand Murti ji revived many of those lost things.
Hmm.
The first master, Lord Shiva, Shiva, Mount Kailash, he he had given the original version of Tantra. He's the father of Tantra. So the original definition of Tantra that we derive from Lord Shiva is that every word has got its own, uh, you know, uh, making. The Tantra means tam plus tra, Sanskrit. Tam means staticity, rigidity, crudeness. Tra means liberation, to liberate from static mindset.
Mm.
So, example that Anand Murthy gave was very telling to me. He says, suppose you have sticks, you have 20 sticks, and it's bound by rope tight. So you want to liberate it from the bondage of the rope around it. How will you do that? You want to undo the, binding, then it will start doing it again from the other side. You see, he said the best way, Tantra, that Lord Shiva said, if the sticks could expand, if the volume of each stick goes on, starts expanding, what will happen? A time will come that the rope will snap,
So
and
in
then
one
it will liberate.
movement.
Yeah, a time will come, it will be liberated forever. That's the approach of Tantra, to
Mm.
expand your mind through meditation. So much so that these bondages of lust and fear and sex or anything is completely torn out. Your mind is free from that. This is known as Vidya Tantra.
Vidya,
So
Vidya
this
Tantra.
was one school of Tantra which could not be practiced, which lost its practice in society. Vidya, Vidya, Vidya Tantra, and one is Avidya Tantra. You put A in the beginning. Avidya. So Vidya Tantra got lost. Nobody practiced it. Avidya Tantra, the Tantra of manipulating the material world through mental force.
Mm.
And one is the Tantra, the system of expanding your mind into the infinity, become infinite. So one's direction is this way, other's direction is this way.
Mm.
So this one went into practice and this got lost its way. Anand Murti reintroduced it in society. He recovered it back. This is what Ananda Marga Tantra is all about. The Tantra, the science of expanding your unit consciousness into the infinity. So our meditation is done closed eyes, and other Tantra meditation, Tantra practice is done open eyes.
Mm.
Worldly Tantra. And this is the Tantra of consciousness, pure. So that is the difference, and I say you, that has been a very big thing for me when I was a student. I said, wow, this is the thing that will help humanity tomorrow. Because higher consciousness means more expanded mind. More expanded mind means more better human culture, human behavior, human elevation of human, mindset. That will create a new evolution in society. It will give you the better human relations, better, amicable feeling for each other, better morality in society,
Mm.
other way to find yourself happy and satisfied. Okay. In Avidya, you seek pleasure from material things, go on eating, go on amassing wealth, go on doing this, and one day you become sick and still you go on amassing, and you achieved what? Nothing. You only cried at the end. Okay. That's Avidya. So that is the Tantra that people know. In this Tantra, Anand Marga introduced. Baba introduced now. It was lost.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was very beautiful because Baba said that this is now being practiced only in the caves. And the people who are practicing it, they are afraid that once they go out in society, they will lose hold of it. That's why they never come out. They live there and they one day also die out there. So the whole knowledge, whole practice slowly are disappearing from the surface of this earth. Because people will age one day anyway, they will go. You see, and they're disconnected from the society. They will not know how to communicate with the new generation of today. Gen Z, they don't know how to talk to the Gen Z because they have been confined for 20 years, for 50 years, for 70 years in the caves. So they
I
cannot transfer their knowledge. They cannot transfer their knowledge to the new generation.
I
You
have
see,
we have four children aged from 19 to 27. I don't know what they're saying.
you see,
They have different words, different musicians, different thoughts, and
different
everything
thoughts.
like you said in the beginning is about the global footprint, the carbon footprint, the waste of energy, and recycling, reusing. Everything is it's
yeah,
really planet centered and society centered, for
yeah,
bettering the world. Yeah, very interesting. Um, Ananda Marga is known uh, for it's known on the outskirts for the mantra Baba Nam Kevalam. What does that mean? And I often see I was taught that from my friend Shishir Inokalia, who at 13
yeah,
from the Philippines left for India to be at the ashram for Ananda Marga, one of them, and he grew up there and then moved back to the Philippines. But there was some dancing involved, singing involved, chanting involved, instruments involved. Can you explain this to us? Share some?
yeah. Baba, there's one story behind it. He gave this mantra, authorized this mantra, uh, charged this mantra in 1970. It was, I think, 8th of October 1970. So people started doing it and they started enjoying the bliss. When they were doing, they were feeling very ecstatic, happiness coming, which you should come only by deep meditation. It will now come simply by chanting the name. So then a lot of stories started happening. Then one Margi, one member, one disciple asked Baba, Baba, you are sitting and we are doing Bhavanam Kevalam and you are watching us. I wonder what are you doing that time when we are doing Bhavanam? Those days it was so like family, bonding with Baba. You can access Baba, you can talk to Baba, and Baba will, talk back to you. So Baba says, when you sing Bhavanam Kevalam, I also chant Bhavanam. But for us, you are Baba. But who are you telling Bhavanam Kevalam? You see? He said, no, no, no. Baba means the Divine Father, the pure consciousness, the pure love. In India, even small children, babies, are called Baba by their, elders.
Ah.
Babu, Baba, because they love. So the way you love me, I also love you. The same way. So for you, if I am Baba for you, for me, you are Baba also. Oh my God, it was just mind blowing. Yes. And then this member, this Margi, this disciple said, but then Baba, there's one more question, please. Say, okay, we meditate and we want to to touch your consciousness and become like one with your consciousness in human form. We are human being and we want to achieve that level of consciousness, what contains in your human body. Baba. So when you are meditating, what are you doing, Baba? We are meditating to become you, your consciousness, your level of consciousness. What are you now? When you meditate, we see that you are meditating. Do you know what he said? He said, I'm meditating. I have my own mantra also. So, Baba, can we know your mantra? What can be your mantra? Our mantra is that my soul is part of your soul and we are the same. But what can be your mantra, Baba? You are the highest already. Baba kept quiet. He became very serious for a while. When he broke his silence, half a minute, 1 minute later, he says, no, my mantra is Manusyoham, Manusyoham. I am a human being. I am a human being.
Wow.
And if I stop this mantra, this body will not sustain. This body will expand and will dematerialize. And he started becoming like that. He started becoming like ballooning, you
Wow.
know. People caught hold of him from all sides. No, Baba, no, 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 don't, please, don't, please, don't. And then he again came back like that. Then jumped, he came back in a human sense. And again he started breathing, I'm a human being. That was him. Okay.
Mhm.
So assuming a human form, that soul takes its own sankalpa, determination. You know. He binds himself in the bondage of a human frame. And this is how he holds himself as a human being. We have seen these things happening.
Wow. When the members are reciting Bhavanam Kevalam, uh,
So the
I've
meaning,
seen
one
them
thing,
do
yes,
it. Pardon?
one thing,
Yes,
yes.
please.
So the very meaning of Bhavanam Kevalam is everything becomes auspicious by taking his name.
Mm,
Just by remembering his name, just by the touch of his name, everything becomes auspicious. That's the meaning of Bhavanam Kevalam.
mm,
Anything and everything will become auspicious once you start chanting his name, attaching his name with it. So Bhavanam Kevalam, he authorized this mantra, and this is the meaning of the mantra, that anything and everything will become auspicious just by his name,
mm.
by the touch of his name.
Do you also have to visualize his image in the mind? Because there's a lot of Babas
No,
and all the babies
no,
are
no, no,
Babas,
no, 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 no,
as you said.
no, no.
No.
You don't have to visualize it. It comes to some people who are doing that lesson of higher meditation.
Mm,
It may come to them, but that's not required because the new people will not have that higher lesson of meditation, but they are enjoying the same bliss simply by chanting the mantra. It has been already potentized.
mm.
The mantra has been made siddha, potentized. So whatever lesson you have, even he said that there are people they will not be able to do all these higher lessons of meditation. So what to do for them? I have also come for them. So how to help them? Now this mantra will help them. If they simply chant this mantra, that will bring them to the same level of experiencing of blissful state, what you are achieving by doing your 6 lessons.
Is there a specific melody for it? Like, you know, Baba Nam Kevalam, or can you just Baba Nam Kevalam, Baba Lam? As the Buddhists do their mantra, it's very monotone. But does this one have to be kind of
He
melodic?
says, yeah, he says that uh, human sentiment is rhythmic, human life is rhythmic.
Yeah.
There's a melodious, there's a melody in it, there's inner song of the soul, song of the mind. So your mind knows what time, what kind of melody you like to sing and give you better, touch of feeling. So that way you can put it in the same melody. You can do the
Mm.
same. Yeah.
And you can also recite it
Recite
in
it
your
again.
heart without even saying the words, right? While
Yeah.
meditating.
Yeah. But while you meditate, you have a personal mantra with the breathing.
Right. So this is more mantra than meditation.
Yeah.
Right. But I would assume it's causing an altered state of consciousness because of repetitiveness of the mantra,
Exactly.
right?
It creates its own, and it has potential. It has a spiritual, energy in it.
Mm,
Baba he has invested his spiritual energy in this to make
right.
it. And now all over the world, every country of the world, people start chanting it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mm. Is that the
So around the
auspicious
globe,
hour, 5 a.m.?
yeah, 5 a.m. He has authorized 5 a.m.
Okay.
Around the sunrise, 5 a.m. is almost plus minus the sunrise time.
Yeah.
So that time, our all members in the world they are doing their chant of Bhavanam.
Huh. Is it best to be done standing, seated, or dancing? You know?
Usually, usually it should be done with dancing, right hand, because when your hands are raised, you are touching the infinity, you are reaching out to infinity,
Mm-hmm.
just like, that sentiment that I am touching, reaching out to Cosmic Father. And we say Bhavanam Kevalam, that I'm remembering you. Let everything be auspicious in my life. Okay. Then
Mm-hmm.
your physical life, your mental life, your spiritual life, all will be auspicious.
So the
Say
feet are
around the
moving
globe.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has authorized because we have two nostrils left and right. So when you are doing your movement of the footsteps left and right, then your whole brain also gets vibrated at the same rhythm. You see,
Makes sense. Yeah.
the two nostrils and the two lobes of the brain, all synchronized with
Mm.
that energy from top
Oh.
to bottom.
Hmm. So it sounds like it
You have very interesting
vibrational.
questions, man. Come on,
Yeah.
brother.
I'm ex I'm excited to
Okay.
talk to you and you know and get I have a lot of questions generally about these things because I'm very interested in them in my whole life,
Okay. Okay.
Um, vibrations are very important because everything is vibrating, on
Yeah.
the atomic level, everything is vibration and hollow, not solid like everything is in our perception, but the physics of on the quantum level is completely different. So I feel like sound, whether it's music or chanting, vibration, it makes vibration. All sound makes a vibration. It vibrates on our eardrums. That can create a consciousness and a connection with the divine. Because if the whole universe is made of vibration and sound,
Vibration. Exactly.
hmm,
Exactly. Yeah.
hmm. Is Bhavanam Kevalam and the chanting of that taught before meditation in Ananda Marga or along with it, same time?
You can do it anytime, not during meditation, but
I
yes,
mean, as a
before
new student
meditation.
coming in, what are
Huh?
they taught Bhavanam Kevalam first or meditation first? The new members.
You see, when you do Bhavanam Kevalam, it has an impact of easing your struggle in meditation.
Hmm.
Your meditation becomes smooth. It is better done beforehand so that your mind, gets synchronized with that spiritual energy. So when you start doing meditation, it becomes a smooth when you do the steps in your meditation. It becomes
Hmm.
easy for you. Otherwise, there's lots of struggle to bring
Right.
back your mind. You see. So that helps.
So Bhavanam Kevalam is almost that mantra and the arms up and the moving is like
Yeah.
clearing the blockages in the body that is blocked
Energy of your,
the
yeah,
energy. Mm,
yeah,
that's very interesting.
yeah.
I would think that Ananda Marga, based on this, what I've learned so far, would have practices like this that help people overcome trauma, grief, anxiety, depression, anger.
In fact, it's helping like that already. It has been doing that. Everything becomes auspicious simply by chanting this mantra.
Mm,
Everything becomes easy, auspicious. If you have any problem of any kind, and you are stuck, even worldly problem, and you are stuck in that problem, you start doing this mantra in your mind, and you will find there's an opening, and you get out of it. You see? We have seen that. This happen.
mm. Many forms of meditation teach you to focus on your breath or focus on the rising and lowering of your abdomen, different things to kind of short circuit the mind from thinking. Is there a specific procedure in Ananda Marga for quieting the mind? I mean, we're bombarded with social media and YouTube and work and radio and music and people all day and cars honking and you know what is there a base way in meditation in Ananda Marga to settle that mind to quiet?
Yes, this mantra, this kirtan, usually people chant, they play their guitar, your own melody, whatever, soothing to you much more. You play few minutes and your mind starts coming back to you. And then you meditate.
Hmm.
So 10 minutes of meditation. You can, there are many people now, they have personalized it, like they simply play their guitar and sing instead of dancing. No, because their life is very much disciplined, but mind is very much busy in so many worldly, worries and struggles and the social work. So they simply sit and chant, with the melodies. That already quietens their mind and makes it very easy to come back. So there are many ways of doing it.
Hmm. I'm thinking like during the meditation because I know I've struggled for almost 40 years meditating in different methods where some days my mind is thinking so much. And even if it's not thinking a thought, there's a part of a song stuck in my brain. It's just looping and looping and looping. And then I'll cut
Mm.
it out and then it'll sneak back and I'll cut it out and it'll sneak back. And sometimes I'm
No,
able to overcome it quickly, and other times I have to just give up and say today wasn't a good meditation day.
no, it should be rather your attitude, your personal attitude.
Hmm.
That no, this is my time for my soul. Sorry. You create this attitude to yourself for yourself. Because anyway, there are three things that is making you who you are. There's a body, there's a mind, and there's a soul. You see, the first hours of the day and the last hours of the day should be for the soul. To be honest to yourself, that that philosophy of life, that attitude in life is the basic thing that will help you in meditation. Your own attitude towards your own soul. No, this is now. I'm not ready for the world now. No, no, wait. Please wait. Let me first attend to myself.
Hmm.
So better before you start jumping in the world, easy if you simply start your day with this. Before going to interact with any second person or second thing. No, first thing is my time for me. Be selfish for me. Be selfish for me. Because this world will not spare you. Once you start dancing with it, it will not spare you.
It sucks you in like a black hole.
Unless until you collapse is not going to spare you.
Yeah.
So please be wise. Before you start in the rhythm of the world, say to yourself. And the best time is when you wake up from the morning in the morning from your sleep. Because that's the time you have the sense of I am.
Hmm.
I am me. That's the moment to expand. Expand that moment into your meditation. That the first hour, the first moments of your morning, when you wake up from sleep, your sense of I am, I exist, and I am with myself. Yeah, catch that moment and live that moment for a while in meditation. This is the best thing to do. And then
Well,
again in the evening, when you go to sleep, you say, okay, now my time for myself. I have done the work. Okay, now let me be with myself. So when you go to retire, don't go to sleep. No. First attend to your own soul. Say thankful to your soul.
hmm.
Sorry, I did not have time. I did not attend. But now it's time for my all time is for you.
Hmm.
So all the three together, your body, your mind, and your soul should be all together. The first thing of the day and the last thing of the day, all the three of your being should be put together, consolidated.
Oh, that makes sense. Go to bed with a quiet mind, wake
Yeah,
up with a quiet and quiet the mind again.
again.
So at least 8 hours or so, you're living in peace. And
You
you're
will be better off whole day, I tell you.
yeah. Now you became a monk in 1978.
Yes.
um, I was 9 years old.
All, all
I was
right.
9 years old. Um,
In this body, okay?
in this body, I was nine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All
by
right.
the you know, the current calendar. Um, and what is the title of Varuta mean?
Avadhuta is a kind of ascetic state of
Hmm.
mind, which has taken a vow of poverty.
So it's like
Poverty.
a monastic life then.
Yes, yes. With a vow of poverty. I don't own anything. Okay. Whatever cosmic will is my
Material
destination.
poverty and spiritual wealth.
No, that is also given to Guru. I have nothing. I'm at
Oh,
0 point. Stay at
okay,
0 point.
good.
That is the best way. Best peace is when you are at the 0 point. All right. So that kind of mindset, if that has become your inner mind, you know, then maintain that mind. That discipline is Abdhuta.
Hmm.
So even we go to very lonely place in the forest or in the cemetery graveyards, and be alone there for 1 hour, 2 hours, meditate at least a few days in every month. Most lonely places there, where nobody goes otherwise.
Right.
Okay, so to keep that mindset, to keep that sentiment rooted in your mind, you should be practicing that few days in the month to be just alone.
Yeah.
That is it.
Like you said, living in the cave your whole life, you become detached, you know, and we
Yeah,
need to be able to practice our spirituality, our oneness in an interactive world. It's
yeah,
very easy when you're alone, and it's hard as soon as you stub your toe or someone cuts you off on the street, right? To be kind and loving and generous and not lose your mind state.
yeah,
So I like how you're explaining that austerity in that way is a few days a month to
yeah.
have that experience, but there's also lived among people.
Monkeys like that.
Yeah. Hmm. How are acharyas trained? The acharyas.
There are a lot of disciplines we have, we have to study all the philosophy, all the books of Baba, Anandamurti, and try to understand it, debate it, and pass exams on the. And thereafter, then you practice all lessons of meditation. You learn all the lessons and master all the lessons of meditation.
Hmm.
Then you learn you know, how to understand your mantra. The person will come before you. Then how will you understand the mantra? There's a science behind that. That science is coming from Lord Shiva. So that is revived by Anunnaki. So we are learned training into that. So it takes about 3 years of training, graduation, then you become a child.
So even though, so as a regular, I don't know what you call them, students, members of
Yeah, training.
followers, I don't know, trainees. As a regular trainee, you're given your own specific mantra, but then as an acharya, you have to learn about all different mantras because you're giving an individual one to all different kinds of
Yeah,
people. And you were
yeah,
saying that the meditation is one on one. So the way that you were taught for you, you have to then to be an acharya, learn many methods because you have to be able to accommodate the many personalities coming in front of you, correct?
yeah.
Yeah.
So when you have to assign a personal mantra for any kind of person, there's a science given by Lord Shiva,
Mm-hmm.
coming from that tradition already, but that has been revived by Baba Murthy. And then there are some more extra rules there, extra things are there when you sit and meditate. Then there is more instructions coming from higher, you know, entity. And then you finalize that, okay, this will be the suitable mantra for this person. And this is
Mm.
what we do. So
Yeah.
that's a training. There is a basic training, and then there's a, more specialized, skills development training. And then finally it goes on building.
Hmm. What is the hardest challenge on this path of Ananda Marga, trying to progress through? Just say from a new initiate to an Acharya, what is the hardest thing that, if that's your goal, to go from start to Acharya, some of the more difficult things, is it overcoming the obstacles of your desires, like Buddha talked about, or is it finding a sense of who am I?
No,
Or
we don't go into, sorry, our approach is not denial. No,
mm,
don't go into denial. Because our philosophy says that if you deny something, then it follows you.
yeah,
You see, if you deny smoking, then smoking will be hanging in your mind, always teasing you, you see. And you have to say, okay, let me do one time more, or finish, okay. But again, after 2 weeks' time, again, you will be doing one time more. And this way, it will continue the cycle. No,
right.
the 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 the, the science behind it, that in Tantra of Vidya Tantra of Ananda Marga, is that you bring your mind higher,
Hmm.
because the desire for a particular type is coming from different chakras. You see? So if your mind is higher than that chakra, then you don't have that desire.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
Simple
Makes
as that.
sense.
Simple as that. You know. The second chakra is usually for sex. But if your mind is at this chakra or this chakra, then you don't have the desire.
Yeah, that
Simple as
makes
that.
sense. Hmm.
And this is very scientific, very logical, and practicable. You see, the more time you spend in your higher meditation, the more distant it is from the desire. And when you are here, then you draw happiness from that level of activity. After all, mind wants happiness. It wants happiness. It wants to draw happiness from this or that or this or that. So if that object is higher level, not that crude level of behavior or activity, physical activity, then you're far away from the physicality there, and you're more happy here. So why not go for greater happiness than momentary happiness? You see? So it builds a logic and a psychological approach, and a disciplined, cherishing your discipline of life. So once you start cherishing the disciplines of your life, and once you start enjoying higher state of, happiness in your mind and engagement in your mind, then you're far away from those behaviors and those activities. That is our approach to, this is what we call sublimation of propensities.
Mm, nice.
Crudification of the propensity or sublimation of the propensity. Okay. A solid is there, you know, something solid is there, you heat it up, it becomes vapor, sublimated. It is not liquefied, it directly becomes vaporized. You see? And it will not again become solid anymore. So that's what happens. Sublimation, of the propensity desires by higher meditation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. So you studied directly under Ananda Murtiji, and what was it like being in his presence? You were, yeah, probably quite young when you began there, maybe in your teenage years, or
Mhm. Becoming what? Beginning what? Sannyasi life or
well,
or
when you
or
began
mem-
training with him and you met him personally, and then you're in his presence for learning. What was his presence like?
okay. The question
for
is,
you?
what was his presence like? His presence was divine, beyond words, beyond words, beyond words. Once you are in presence of him, you will not remember the world anymore for that time.
Mm,
You are completely in a divine enclosure. Just like, if you bring a piece of iron close to the magnet, it forgets the world. It becomes the magnet. It was just like that.
wow.
You know. Once you are with him, you are in a different world, altogether different world. It was like that. He was like that. He makes you like himself once you are close to him. Just like the magnet transforms a piece of iron into magnet like itself. That's what was Anandmurti ji. Yes. Whosoever went close to him, they had the same impact on their life.
I imagine most of what you received was him was felt as energy and emotion, or energy that caused emotion in you rather than psychological.
I
Or
would say yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. It was very elevating, very elevating, very elevating. I can't compare with any other words, or I can't use any other words, or I cannot compare with any other experience what it was like being with him. Mm.
And you've
It,
spent
it,
decades.
yeah,
I'm sorry, continue. I didn't want to cut you off.
it used to be a different universe being with him,
Yeah.
different universe. And there were times when, like me, there used to be like 500 of us, and everybody had the same experience, different world altogether, ecstasy and spiritual and highly charged and bliss. You name all those auspicious, so pure, you know.
Yeah. You've spent decades preserving his teachings and compiling his teachings. What is, if you could reduce down to its essence, the core of his teachings or methods that you feel most cannot be lost in time, that must be preserved?
I see one thing for sure, that his movement of Ananda Marga has already impacted humanity, and humanity can never go back. It will only move forward towards the realm of spirituality. Humanity will become more and more spiritual, more and more sensitive to each other, more and more universal mindset. A neo-humanistic, love for each other, that is bound to come. That has been that impact has already been, rooted on this earth now. That cannot be negated.
It seems like a
So
path of inner realization and outer responsibility, like you're saying. You're inwardly looking for self realization and bliss and connection with the divine, but outwardly to be a new human, to be more loving, kind, generous, and
yeah,
gracious.
considering everyone a family member,
Yeah,
no, anyone and everyone in the crowd is just like a big family, and I am with my own family.
yeah.
There's a kind of, psychology becomes like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, psychology becomes like that.
That's wonderful.
This is what we have lived with him, In a living reality, we practice that, and that became our mentality mindset. Most unknown people, we feel so, closely, connected with each other when we go and work for them and help them. They feel the same way. That, oh, where from you came? You're just like my own brother, like my own, relation, my own family. So from this side, we felt like that the whole, the entire planet here, all living, all humans are just a big family. And he gave a name. He gave a name to that. He says that cosmic father is our father, nature is our mother, and whatever exists in the nature is my family.
Mm,
Because nature is mother, and my mother and your mother is the same mother, so we are family.
right.
That what has come to most of I mean, all sannyasis and most of the members, household funding family members. We all feel like that thing.
Mm. Are there any final words you would like to offer our listeners? A personal philosophy or philosophy from Guruji or something about Ananda Marga to leave the listeners and viewers with?
Yes, human life is rare. It's a great opportunity. And we should avail the opportunity of progressing our mind from psychic to suprapsychic and spiritual areas. And as I said earlier, the river has flown all the way so close to the ocean, only one step more, and you can become the ocean. You don't need to be reborn as a human being or any other being. Just be the ocean. And nothing else, nothing less than that infinite stance can give you satisfaction. If you long for anything less, it will be making you restless and restless, restless and more restless. So don't yearn for anything. So we have a philosophy, subjective approach, and objective adjustment. So adjust with the world with your responsibilities and duties, but always approach to life should be subjective. That by nature we have come to this level of progress. The progress should not stop. The next step of progression for human beings is not by becoming animals anymore, but to go into divinity. A river never goes back to the hilltop again.
Right.
You know, it goes only to the ocean. So don't go backward. Okay, do anything and everything, but in the core of your heart, one should always seek how to catch up, how to touch, how to experience that reality while being human. Animals cannot do that. Only humans can do that. So this is opportunity for a human being to discover through self-realization who I am actually, where I came from, you know, and what is my connection with that great universe and myself. How am I connected? These things can be not realized by philosophy, but through practicing. You see. So learn how to meditate on yourself and for your own, you know, spiritual progression. Life should have everything. Don't ignore your own soul. Don't ignore meditating for your soul. Don't end up doing everything for your body and for your mind's pleasure. No. Do also something for your soul, you know, soul's sake of your own soul. And that is very scientific in Anand. There is no make believe things here. Everything has a rational, explanation, and there is justification for everything. And that's how Anand Marga has become so popular with the new generation of their its own time, every time. So we are here and be happy. Peace be with you, with all your listeners and all of you. And you are spreading these words. God bless you. All.
God bless you as well. Thank you, sir.